Psalm 3, From Despair to Divine Victory. Psalm 3 is a heartfelt prayer of King David, born in a moment of despair during his flight from his son Absalom. Overwhelmed by betrayal and the rising number of enemies, David cries out, feeling the weight of their taunts, that God will not deliver him. Yet, even amidst the storm of chaos, David clings to an unshakable trust in God as his shield and sustainer. David's prayer begins in anguish, his heart burdened by the betrayal of his own son and the stirring hostility around him. David was in the wilderness, shrouded in darkness as shadows of enemies creep closer. Their voices rise like taunts, questioning God's presence and doubting his power to save.
Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in God.
David's cry reminds us that even in the deepest despair, we can still turn to God with our fears and burdens. Suddenly, the tone shifts from despair to trust as David proclaims,
But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter up of mine head.
God was his impenetrable shield, reflecting every attack. The radiant light of his faith surrounds David, lifting his weary head and filling him with renewed strength. David's call to God echoes through the hills, and even before a response comes, he knows deep within that the Lord has heard him. A profound peace settles over David, and he lies down and sleeps under a starlit sky, despite the chaos surrounding him.
I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me.
As if unseen angelic hands hold back the advancing enemies as David finds rest in his faith. When he rises, it's not in fear but with unshaken confidence, an assurance that God's power far exceeds the threats of 10,000 adversaries. The psalm crescendos with a triumphant call to God.
Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God. For thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly.
David stands tall on the hilltops, lifting his arms in prayer as a golden light breaks through the heavens. His enemies retreat, their strength shattered as blessings encompass God's people. David's final proclamation rings out.
Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people.
Psalm 3 is a call to step into God's peace and victory no matter the battles we face. When life feels heavy, turn to Him as your shield, your rest, and your deliverance. Meditate on this psalm with a heart of faith and trust. What about you? How have you experienced God as your shield in difficult times? Share your experience in the comments and let others be encouraged to trust in His eternal power to save.